kelere m chimo, nwanne m kelere m chimo na chimemela.
This is not just a story of a preacher. This is the story of a man who refused to let pain silence his purpose. On January 7, 1945, in the quiet village of Asaga, Ohafia, Abia State, a baby boy named Uma Ukpai was born. Nobody knew that this child, who grew up barefoot in the dust, would one day stand before presidents, lead crusades of healing, and lift the banner of revival across continents.
In the early 1950s, Uma was a curious child, always asking, who made the stars, and why do people suffer? He attended Uma Ukpai Memorial Primary School, and later, Kana County Council School in Agoni. Even then, classmates remembered him as the boy who prayed under trees during lunch. On one unforgettable Sunday in 1958, inside a small local church, a preacher spoke about surrendering your life to Christ. That day, Uma gave his life to Christ. And he was just 13 years old. In 1964, Uma left Ohafia for Abia State to attend All Saints Secondary School. He was intelligent, disciplined, and unusually serious about faith. By 1968, he earned admission into Niger Delta Technical School, now Boys Technical College, Abia State, where he studied electrical engineering practice.
But God had other plans. While still in school, he began gathering friends to pray for revival. In 1971, during a night of fasting and prayer, Uma said he heard God speak clearly, "Take my healing to the nations." That divine encounter became the turning point of his life. Later, he traveled to London to study journalism and television production, and later divinity, learning to merge the gospel with media. On April 8, 1976, the Uma Ukpai Evangelistic Association, UUEA, was born. Its mission was simple: to preach Christ and heal the sick. By 1980, he began organizing crusades that drew tens of thousands. In 1982, Ibadan witnessed the Greater Ibadan for Christ Crusade, where over 200,000 people gathered. In 1985, the Greater Lagos for Christ Crusade shut down parts of Lagos. Witnesses said the sick were healed, and the blind saw. Even skeptics bowed their heads.
From that moment, Uma Ukpai was no longer just a preacher, he was a phenomenon. He believed that faith must work beyond the altar. In 1990, he founded the Uma Ukpai School of Theology in Uyo, training hundreds of ministers yearly. In 1995, he launched the Uma Ukpai Eye Center, offering free surgeries to the poor. He also established King of Kings Specialist Hospital and later, the Uma Ukpai Polytechnic in Asaga. His foundation sent hundreds of indigent students to school, many who today call him Daddy Uma. In 1975, Uma married Philomena, a woman of deep prayer and compassion. Together, they built a family and a ministry that spanned nations. They had 8 children and an adopted one. But on a dark evening in 1991, tragedy struck. 2 of their children died in a car crash on the same day. People expected him to quit ministry. Instead, he stood before his congregation the next Sunday and said, "If I stop serving God because of pain, then I never knew him." That moment turned his pain into power, and his ministry doubled. With fame came criticism. Some questioned his miracles. Others attacked his relationship with politicians. But through it all, Uma never fought back. He often smiled and said, "You cannot criticize results." He continued to travel, preach, and heal. The revival never stopped. In his later years, age slowed his steps but not his spirit. On January 7, 2025, the world celebrated his 80th birthday in Uyo. Followers gave him 80 million naira as a love gift, 1 million for each year of grace. He told them, "I have fought the good fight, but my greatest joy is that you carry the fire, 9 months later, on October 6, 2025, the news broke. Nigeria's beloved evangelist, Reverend Dr. Uma Ukpai, had gone to be with the Lord, at 80. He once said, "When I die, don't cry for me. Just carry the torch." He lived and died for the God he loved. Reverend Dr. Uma Ukpai, 1945 to 2025, the man who touched heaven and earth.
Onye ma na-eme ma, ebi mere ndụ fọrọ m, ọnụ